Welcome to PVTV International. I'm going to present this week's editions of our news roundup. Cabinet news. NUG acting president issues statement on Buddhist month stats. On June 27, the acting president of the NUG issued a statement regarding the abbot of Myanmar Monastery in Bago region, who is also a retired member of the State Sangha Nayaka Committee, to express his regret that he had passed away and that of all those involved in spreading false information about this incident would be held accountable. Sayaro Badana Munenda Biwanda was killed on June 19 on the Ngaswim Road in Mandalay region by the Terrorist Military Council. The statement emphasized that this is a great loss of a religious martyr who dedicated his life to his faith, making the loss even more devastating. The actions of the Terrorist Military Council, which dealt to intentionally kill even monk, is an insult to of the Buddhism and is strongly condemned, said the acting president message. NUG Prime Minister discusses revolutionary progress and challenges. Prime Minister Aung of the National Unity Government stated at the Central Committee for Interim Implementations of Public Administration meeting on June 27 that there have been many achievements despite the challenges during the revolutionary period. The Prime Minister acknowledged that due to the constraint of the revolutionary period, progress has been limited by cooperation issues, hierarchical command structures, manpower shortages, financial constraints, and organizational weaknesses. However, significant development have been made in administrative work, public services, public protection, assistance to war refugees, and education and health sectors during this time. He further emphasized the importance of judicial activities, highlighting the need for more legal officers and judges to address the numerous cases and drug problems on the ground. Strengthening law enforcement agencies is also a priority. NUG Ministry of Human Rights documents 275 cases of torture. The National Unity Government Ministry of Human Rights announced on June 26 the International Day in support of victims of torture that they have documented 275 cases of human rights violation related to torture. This effort is part of a strategic initiative to record and address such abuses. Torture is severe human rights violation involves someone intentionally inflicting severe emotional, physical or sexual pain and suffering. During the current armed conflict in Myanmar, more serious violations are being committed. In this situation, it is necessary to provide the necessary support and justice to the victims, the ministry stated. Relevant ministry of the National Unity Government are working to support those who have suffered from torture and various human rights violations, aiming to protect and bring justice to the victims. Ministry of Defense. NUG Ministry of Defense reports successful operations in northern Shan State and Mandalay region. The Ministry of Defense of the National Unity Government announced on June 27 that the People's Defense Force, along with various battalions and units, is engaged in balanced military operations under Operation 1027, which resulted on June 25th. These forces are achieving continuous victories in northern Shan State and Mandalay region. The operations involve the People's Defense Army Mandalay, Mogok Strategic Battalion 1221, 1222, 1223, 1224, number 513 Battalion, Changmen District Special Attack Force, Pyeulun District BDF, Mogok Township BDF, and Media Township BDF. They are fighting alongside aligned ethnic resistance group on Changmen, Naungcho, Mogok, and Media fronts. In this operation, they have successfully captured Naungcho Light Infantry Battalion LIB 115, Mandalay Down, Chaojian Down, and Yizo Down military camps, and Masai Battalion 606 in Media Township. Revolution forces are continuing their offensive to complete the occupations of the terrorist military bases housing LIB 114 and the 1014 Air Defense Force in Jinnyai. Additionally, revolutionary forces in cooperation with alliance are working to occupy the cities of Mogok and Changme, capturing most of the enemy's military bases and achieving continuous victories. Ministry of Human Rights, Union Minister Aung discusses terrorist attacks with U.S. State Department official. On June 22nd, Union Minister Aung of the National Unity Government met with Principal Deputy Assistant Secretary of the Bureau of Democracy, Human Rights and Labor Mr. Robert S. Gilchrist at the U.S. State Department to discuss the terrorist military council attacks targeting civilians. During the meeting, the Union Minister highlighted the current human rights situations in Myanmar with a focus on worsening airstrike, especially in Rakhine State, and the targeted terrorist attack on civilians by the terrorist military council. They also discussed increasing measures, including stronger and more cooperative economic arms embargoes against international crimes committed by the terrorist military council. Additionally, they addressed providing direct assistance to the new generations of young people fleeing systematic human rights and humanitarian crimes, as well as those escaping forced military service. The U.S. State Department pledged to stand with the Burmese people, promising to take more effective measures and provide necessary support. Ministry of Foreign Affairs, NUG delegation holds series of meetings with Timor-Leste cabinet. A delegation led by National Unity Government, Union Minister of Foreign Affairs, Dr. Aung, and Union Minister for Education and Health, Dr. Zoweso, held a series of meetings with the cabinet of Timor-Leste on June 18, 20, 21, and 24. They met with the President of the Democratic Republic of Timor-Leste, H.E. Mr. Jose Ramos Horta, Deputy Prime Minister H.E. Mr. Mariano Assasmi Sabino, Minister of Foreign Affairs and Cooperation H.E. Mr. Benedito dos Santos Fites, Minister of Education H.E. Mrs. Judy Jesus Soros, Ministry of Health H.E. Mrs. Elia A.A. dos Risi Amara, and Deputy Minister of Health H.E. Dr. Flavio Brandio. These discussions cover Myanmar issues, cooperations between Myanmar and Timor-Leste, and the success of the Federal Democratic People's Revolution. NUG suspends Salai Issac Khin, representative to India, pending internal investigation. On June 25th, the Ministry of Foreign Affairs of the National Unity Government announced an internal investigation and subsequent action regarding a complaint concerning Salai Issac Khin, the NUG representative to India. The ministry confirmed that Salai Issac Khin has been suspended from duty pending an internal hearing. Additionally, the internal investigation report and relevant documents have been forwarded to the Central Committee for the Implementation of Policies on Protection from Sexual Harassment, Exploitation, and Sexual Violence. The ministry assured full cooperation with the committee's proceedings. Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management, National Unity Government provides $139,057 in humanitarian aid amidst Myanmar crisis. The Ministry of Humanitarian Affairs and Disaster Management of the National Unity Government announced on June 27 that more than 486.7 million jets, approximately $139,057 at an exchange rate of $1 is equivalent to 3,500 jats in humanitarian aid was provided in May. In May 2024, the aid included 345.2 million jats and $98,629 for emergency food distributed to 171,302 displaced persons, and additional 43.9 million jats, $12,543 was allocated as emergency humanitarian aid for 238 fallen heroes and 335 injured individuals. 7.4 million jats, $2,114 was provided as emergency humanitarian aid for employees associated with the Civil Disobedience Movement (CDM). The breakdown also included 0.4 million jats, $114 for emergency humanitarian assistance to political prisoners and their families, and 3.2 million jats, $914 for those affected by natural disaster. Furthermore, 86.6 million jats, $24,743 was disbursed as general humanitarian aid, which included the construction of temporary shelters for 132 households and 419 tarpaulin shelters for displaced individuals in need of shelter during the rainy season. Ministry of Education, NUG Ministry of Education announces second round of university admissions. The National Unity Government Ministry of Education announced on June 27 that 20 intermediate universities are now accepting applications for the second round of university admissions, covering 59 subjects and academic fields. In October 2023, the first round of admissions included 16 intermediate universities. The decision to launch a second round reflects ongoing efforts to expand educational opportunity across Myanmar. NUG designate 3 online and 344 ground schools as interim basic education public school. The Ministry of Education of the National Unity Government announced on June 27 that it has recognized 3 online schools and 344 ground schools as interim basic education public school. These schools, which apply for recognition, have been verified to meet 11 public education school accreditation policy and information technology security guidelines. The initiative aims to secure that students who have lost access to education can continue their study. The ministry continue to work to connect this study with both public education school and online alternative to facilitate their educational continuity. Military Affairs Summary for the 4th week of June 2024. During the 4th week of June 2024, the National Unity Government's Ministry of Defense announced the commencement of Operation Shan in the Mogo, Medaya and Singai areas of northern Shan State and Mandalay region. Troops and battalions from the People Defense Force (PDF) are engaged in this operation aimed at penetrating Mandalay region. They have successfully captured several terrorist military council bases, including Mandalay Town, Chakjan Town, and Yezo Town in Medaya Township. Additionally, positions held by the military council Light Infantry Battalion 115 and Missile Battalion 606 have been secured. Simultaneously, Operation 1027 Part 2 has since PDF and ethnic revolutionary groups launched attack on towns like Mogo, Chaume, and Naocho. The fighting has extended to areas within 15 miles of Pyongyang, where the Military Council Defense Services Academy is located, resulting in a shrinking area of Military Council control. In Chaume Township, 17 soldiers surrendered with various weapons to the Aung National Liberation Army (TNLA). The TNLA reported seizing more than 380 weapons during the captures of Military Council LIB 115 in Naocho and about 500 enemy weapons between June 25th and 28th. Operation 1027 Part 2 and Shamar are expected to block and attack the Military Council Northeastern Command headquarters in Lasho and Pyongyang, as well as enhance revolutionary operations around Mandalay, Myanmar's second largest city. In Upper Salai, revolutionary forces successfully captured a military council camp in Nanda village near Indo town, resulting in 14 military council soldiers, including Captain Pyong Mamang of LIB 6, being killed in actions and 20 weapon seats, according to BDF Military Region 1. In Chonla Township, 2 prisoners of war and 8 weapons were obtained during an attack on a military council's column. Allied forces also reported 2 enemy soldiers killed during attacks on military council camps in Buddhist town. The coordinated military activity across northern Shan State, Mandalay region, and Upper Salai region demonstrate a robust offensive by the revolutionaries in the final week of June. Let's see what do we have for our weekly roundup news in coming weeks. Thanks for watching PVTV International.